Welcome to the 2022 Together Act Now Gala. My name is Prosperous the country director of Together Act Now. I'm so excited to have you there. Let me invite my friend Carol Horn to join me here. Carol, most welcome. Hi.
Welcome to the 2022 Together Act Now Gala. We are so excited that you're here. We are looking forward to showing you about all the hard work Davey and everyone in Malawi has been doing. More fire, as we say, from Together Act Now, and enjoy the show.
You're most welcome. Zikomo kwambiri.
Zikomo. Together Act Now's mission is to end the spread of HIV in poor and rural areas of Malawi through theater, education, and access, because we believe in a vision of a just, prosperous, and healthy Malawi free from the burdens of HIV. The way that we really do this is through educational theater outreach, because we've realized one of the biggest issues is a lack of access. And this is one of the biggest barriers. So it's a lack of access to HIV information. It's a lack of access to HIV testing. It's a lack of access to HIV medication. So what we do is we say, let's remove that access barrier and let's bring all these services directly to the village. So instead of that villager having to pay a lot of money to get to the clinic for their testing and having to take a day off of work, instead, we come to them and we bring that education through theater. We bring that testers in to have a local clinic, and we can even help support bringing in medicine mobile clinics as well. So we are really trying to remove and break down these access barriers so that we can help bring Malawi forward so that they're not worried about having HIV burdening them on a public health front.
Theater is an important way here in Malawi to help reach out to communities in villages with information about HIV and AIDS. So since 2009, we have been going around with a single group which has been going to a number of villages, educating the people there, the villagers, about HIV and AIDS, feeding them with information, also bringing the testers around. Now, come 2020, COVID happened and we had to change our game plan. With the coming of COVID, things changed as we were not allowed to meet people in large groups. So we decided to change by forming community groups whereby we have smaller groups of 20 in each village. And we have been teaching, empowering these smaller groups. Now, it was the job of these smaller groups to start teaching other community members in smaller groups about HIV and AIDS, while testing was also being done. This is how we adapted to the COVID-19. So let me tell you how we work with our community groups. In the first place, we have 10 community groups of 20 members each. We meet every week with each group, teach them about HIV and AIDS. We've also been teaching them about COVID-19. But importantly, we have also taught them how to develop their own plays. Now, after they have developed their own plays, they do rehearsals, and when they are comfortable, now we set up dates when they can do performances in their villages, teaching their communities about HIV and AIDS. And this is where testing also takes place. Now that COVID is no longer an issue here in Malawi, Together Act Now is able to do better and better. We are now able to teach a lot of people through our community groups when they come to watch a show. You can imagine 10 community groups, each community group organizing over 500 people, as we have seen in the previous shows. This is a great job that we are doing here in Malawi, and we are looking forward to reach out to as many people as possible.
One thing Together Act Now is really excited about this year is we are going to be creating investments in all of our community groups. So we're going to be providing a grant for that group to start a business. Now this might be farming, it might be to do with animals, it might be to do with trees. And the hope is that we're able to provide the funds and the capital that otherwise doesn't exist for them to be able to utilize the skills that they have and the resources around them to be able to start providing funds and support for themselves and their families families so that they can continue investing back in their communities.
My favorite part, being country director of Together Act Now here in Malawi, is to go into the village, seeing a lot of people coming to learn about HIV and AIDS from our community groups and also going for testing. Let's go now and see what happens in the community. So right now, Together Act Now is in Mdala Chikowa village. The cast members have already gathered at the village center, and I'll just be going around doing or making announcements so that the people should go. Together Act Now, amainda bamba nyamata ndasungwana yafikaso mmudzi muno mwandala chikowa pantengo paja timapangira zosiyana pansika. Mofaya amai abambo tieni tonse pantengo pansika pandala chikowa pamene pali anyamata amene Together Act Now. Nthawi ndiyo mwino zakumva kupereketsa mutu zosangalatsa zili kumeneko kwafuma maudzu kuvutani malo yake ndi pansika osayiwala sakuyenda ndi madondo. Hello, so we have just finished advertisements. On the day of the show, we go around the village making announcements. While we are doing that, the cast members are busy drumming, singing and dancing. Let's just go see what they are doing. And now that we have gathered many people from the village, the drama will start. Every village has a different show that they perform about HIV. So, let's take a look at a few of them now. Maudzu group. This group is very close to the lake, just like other groups of Nkungumbe as well as Bolela and Ndala Chikowa. Maudzu sing the problems affecting their community, especially about employment. They have created a play in which a boss is only employing girls, but after having sex with them. The play aims at warning young girls as well as other villagers against this bad behavior by some of the bosses found in the cottages where people get employment. So all these songs, the dancing, the testing, and all these people enjoying, educating, it's because of your donations from people like you. So thank you very much. Nkungumbe group. This group has created a play in which Cheduli Gala, a very famous character and rich, is dating all the women he's finding in the street. Normally, these are women who are selling goods. He has a lot of money, but he also has a family. He gets an HIV virus, and when he is sick, he's not going to the hospital. Instead, he's going to a witch doctor, Magrugodo. He does not even help him, but rip him off his worth. This play aims at teaching the community members not to be rushing to African doctors or witch doctors for healing when they feel sick, but rather they should be going to the hospital. Because in the end, Cheduli Gegla goes to the hospital and is found with HIV virus and is prescribed medicine. However, Duli Gegla he's not taking the medicine. He's throwing the medicine away. He feels very sick and he dies. People discover bottles of medicine underneath his bed when he's dead. It's a lesson to the community members that those who are on medication should continue taking the medicine faithfully. We do not show those who are going for testing for their own privacy, but at every one of these shows, we have lines of people wanting to get tested after hearing our message.
So the show has just ended. We've had these discussion groups going on, and now one of our facilitators are calling the people forward to be able to share what they've learned. So we're about to ask a question, and then the community member is going to answer and respond about what they learned.
Sizona kuti Mungu afikirana kufonana. Hayi. Chimani mafunika njokuti tikangopezana mukafusirana. Kuyenera kupita.
So, Madam Judith Itim would like to explain to the audience an advice that should give to someone who is suffering from HIV.
Tunasabitokoze masters ose akuno kwa ndala chikowa amene mukupanga za together tinawo chifukwa cha sewero lophunzitsa komanso kutionetsa zimene zingazachitike kusogolo lathu ngati titalimbikira maphunziro komanso ngati tilichita chibwana ndi maphunziro komanso moyo wathu kodi zimene zingachitike ndi zotani. Taphunziranso kunena kuti sibwino tikadwala kuthamangira kwa sing'anga koma kuchipatala.
Sometimes things may not go according to the plan. I heard in America, if someone gives you lemons, you can make lemonade out of it. That's exactly what Together Act Now does. In the village that we had just gone to yesterday, there was a funeral. So we had to change our plans to move on with the show. We had to walk into the nearby village. But the road was impassable. We had to leave our car in this village and walk on foot across a river into the next village. We also had one of the cast members who is visually impaired. Sometimes we had to carry him at the back. Everything went successful. Hello everyone. Today we are going to have another show. We meant to perform at Nkumbi village. Unfortunately, there was a funeral. So we are taking a 30 minutes walk into the next village. Because cars can't pass here, we are taking this walk. It is necessary to go there because those people cannot access testing because of the long distance and because there is no transportation to that place. Thank you very much. We will see you at the next village. Bye.
It's been about 30 minutes so far. They've joined us for the whole trip here.
Hello everyone. Although the day started badly, though everything seemed wrong with the funeral, we walked to the next village and our walking paid, where we had more than 50 people getting tested. Successful show, everyone was happy, the cast members very energetic, the message they disseminated loud and clear, very nice. Together Act Now, more fire! More fire! Yeah! 500 people watching us at Kamanga village, where we walked to and where we are just coming back from now. Together! Now it is the time to tell you how this is possible. And if you haven't guessed why, I'll tell you. It is because of each and every one of you. Thanks to your donations that you make to Together Act Now. Your donations go a long way in teaching people in the rural villages, helping them to get tested through our community members. Look, your donations have helped us to organize 210 workers who are volunteering in the villages to teach the communities about HIV and AIDS and get them tested.
Together! Together!
Let's hear from some of the people who we support. Some of these people are the villagers, others are village chiefs, while others are our own cast members from the local communities.
I'm Group Village Headman Malonda. I am the head for 5 villages. I look after them. They are all under me. Together Act Now is the organization that is running very well through these so many activities, such as drama, teaching the people about the HIV/AIDS, and then a lot of people are getting so many messages from this group.
My name is Sharif Musa. I live at Malunda village. Ndine mmodzi wa Malunda Together Act Now. Together Act Now yatithandiza kwambiri.
Together Act Now has helped in a number of ways in villages around here, including our village of Malunda. Change has come. I, Sharif Musa, as a leader of Malunda Together Act Now, I have seen changes through our lessons focusing on HIV as well as coronavirus. Thank you.
Together Act Now, what they do is that whenever they come to a village, people gather there and then they do this drama. They do give messages about HIV/AIDS, and then while they are doing those dramas, then they say they do. People go for HIV testing after telling them the importance of testing to know their status.
We are very thankful for the coming of Together Act Now into our community. Before, we used to know very little about HIV, but now we are very knowledgeable. We used to stigmatize against those who have the virus, but now stigma is gone.
The impact is that when this organization started in my village or villages, the people have now begun to understand what HIV/AIDS is, the importance of testing, and then what they can do for they maybe to get those drugs which prolong their lives. So the people are knowledgeable about this HIV testing. Important.
Not only is our work extremely meaningful, but we're really proud of how inclusive we are. One of our community groups has a member who is visually impaired, and it is incredible to see how the team rally behind him and supports him by making sure he's included. They start their plays by him reading a poem about HIV that he wrote in Braille. We live by the fact that everyone's voice deserves to be heard.
tali kuti iwe Together Act Now.
My name is Muhammad Kachingwe, a visually impaired boy. I got this opportunity when the country director, Mr. Temangombe, came here and tell us about the importance of to get together now. I communicate with people through my poems. Get together now. It is able to teach. To educate more about HIV and AIDS and the COVID-19. So if we follow it, we will be the winners.
This group started as a small group, but now it has grown very big. It has gone into many villages, and then it started doing a lot.
Together now, leader.
My name is Scorpion Kazembe. I'm the leader of Nkungumbe Together Act Now group. We are doing a good job. We are going about teaching others to protect themselves against HIV. For example, the use of condoms. We also teach them to protect themselves against COVID-19, like using masks. Together Act Now came at the right time because people were not taking part in the fight against HIV. But as of now, people are taking a large role. We would like to work until people stop taking the HIV virus and those that are on medication to continue taking drugs. Thank you. My name is Alinafe Billy, a member at Together Act Now. I take part in going into the villages to teach the people about HIV and AIDS through drama, songs, as well as poetry. I feel proud about the job that I'm doing. I have taught people against misconceptions on HIV and AIDS. And we have also taught a number of people, more especially women, the importance of giving birth at the hospital. Because all along, women have been giving birth in the villages. They had a belief that if they go to a traditional healer, the baby, the newly born baby, is going to be washed with some medicine and cannot contract HIV. But by and by, now people have started believing our message that it is only at the hospital where they can help so that the baby should not contract HIV. I feel good about the job that I'm doing, and it is my wish that Together Act Now should continue so that we can reach out to more and more people. Thank you. My name is Catherine Milias. I have 7 children. At first, I was in ignorance. I was not taking ARVs until I was admitted to the hospital. I remember receiving 15 drips of medication. My immunity was very low. But when my child joined Together Act Now, she started teaching me and I started taking medicine properly. Currently, I feel good. Out of all the 6 children, 1 was born HIV positive. My husband is also HIV positive. He is also adhering to drugs following the advice from my child. We are no longer sick. I thank Together Act Now because we are learning more. Without Together Act Now, I would have been dead by now. Thank you.
What I can say is that is to encourage you donors to continue donating this club. It's a very good organization, and then many people are getting good messages and then those messages will assist them, they will assist the people in our villages. Thus, we urge this group not to end, but it should continue, and then it should spread it to other villages where you don't have this Together Act Now. It should spread throughout Malawi, not in Mangochi only. That's so that it should be a big organization so that many people in our country should get the message that you disseminate to the people.
As you just heard, the work that is happening down here is truly impressive. Every single time I come to Malawi, I'm just blown away by the amazing work that happens each and every day. And truly, not a day goes by that I don't have someone coming up to me and telling me about the impact that TAN has had either on an individual or on an entire village. Whether it's someone who didn't know their status, couldn't afford to go to the hospital, but was worried that they were positive, finally being able to get tested. Or the person who they knew had HIV, their friend, but they couldn't afford the medicine, or they didn't understand that they needed to continue taking that medicine every single day for the rest of their life, and how TAN was able to come in and provide the education to help them understand what they needed to do to keep themselves and their family members healthy. These things happen each and every day here. And the true wonder is that all of this work really can happen for very little money. It truly would only take a coffee every single day for 1 month to be able to pay for our entire outreach to a village. That includes us going out, moving around, getting a cast together, bringing all of the testers out to provide a testing clinic, to provide education for 500, sometimes up to 2,000 people in a village over the course of an entire day. So if you think about that, your coffee consumption for 1 month can help provide impact to hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands of people, so they can be educated on HIV, and so that they can have an opportunity to go for HIV testing, and so that their lives can hopefully get a little bit better and they can help provide more for their own families. It's really not much. So we truly do appreciate any little thing that you can give, and recognize that the nice thing with TAN is your money doesn't stay in America. It doesn't go to me. It doesn't go to anyone. It gets sent straight down here to Malawi. It goes to the village where the work needs to happen. So thank you so much for each and every dollar that you can give.
So let's take a look at where your donation will go and what things will cost. Our end of year goal is to raise $20,000, which is our entire 2023 budget, supporting over 250 village outreaches. With inflation, a recent kwacha devaluation, and a major fuel shortage in Malawi, the cost of things are continuing to rise, so your support is needed even more this year. Some great news. We've received a matching gift of $3,500 that expires at the end of the day, meaning for the rest of today, every dollar you give until we raise $3,500 gets doubled to have even more impact. To mobilize and bring multiple HIV testers into a village and provide testing for hundreds of people costs us only $30. To hold a HIV training and rehearsal session where we work to create new songs and plays to increase knowledge on HIV costs $40. If you were to donate $125, we would be able to have a community group perform a HIV educational play to an average of 500 people, including HIV testing. A donation of $185 allows us to travel with the community group to a new village to provide HIV testing and perform their educational play to hundreds of new people, spreading the message and impact further. A $300 donation will allow TAN to provide a week-long education course to 20 community members to certify them as community HIV experts. And $2,000 will support a village for an entire year. This includes a HIV certifying education week and weekly support with over 30 village outreaches and HIV testing and education for thousands of people. At TAN, a little goes a long way. What you give today will go straight to Malawi and will directly change the lives of tens of thousands of villagers. Remember, today your donation is matched and doubled, and we appreciate anything that you can give.
So whenever you're watching a show and you want it to continue, we always say encore, right? So at Together Act Now, the encore is what we call our group of individuals that give on a recurring basis. So whether you want to give monthly, quarterly, or annually, you can join the Together Act Now Encore so that we can continue our show and have a sustaining impact in our villages, because it's not just one time, it's not just 2 times that we need to go into villages to provide education and testing, it's an ongoing need. So to be able to really provide true support that'll have a much larger and bigger impact, we do please ask that you consider giving on a recurring basis as one of our Encore members. Zakomo.
We thank all of you for joining us at Together Act Now Gala in 2022, and we hope to see you again in 2023. Together Act Now, more fire!
Tanandika Shilombo Koyambisa Ezi Tanandika Shilombo Koyambisa Ezi Tanandika Shilombo Koyambisa Ezi 1, 2, 3, 4 Tiambe Bamuzimuzi Together Act Now Now Tiambe Bamuzimuzi Together Act Now Now Tiambe Bamuzimuzi 1, 2, 3, 4 Inendima Banga da Somba Zona Mondine muntu wosogola Ola Inaezesa magazi anga Mondi matete za koso